I think she's apologizing. Don't call me now, ho. Don't call me now, ho. Don't call me now, ho. You got me your leg. Oh, sorry, Tanae, my breath's a little tart. I meant to grab some gum. What's going on, YouTube? It's me, Tiffany, and I'm here with my co-host, Tanea.
Hey guys.
And we're back with an all-new Scandal review. Today is Friday, October the 20th. I hope you guys' weekend is starting out great. If you're watching us tonight after we've uploaded it, that means your weekend is starting out great because you're starting your weekend out with But before I get into this video, I just wanted to say a couple things because the things that I've seen on social media, I tell you something, reviewing this video after I have seen y'all comments is just, wow, like, and it's, you know, because at first I was like, I felt like I was about to go in earlier, but then I even saw like my Scandal sisters, Candace and Marche, saying the same thing, and it's like, nobody really liked this episode, and I
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Look, and then Kim will say, because I was like, I really enjoyed it, and she was like, Tiffany really enjoys every episode. That's not true.
That is not true.
But I thought it was
thoroughly, because I missed Fitz.
Yo,
I wanted to know what was going on in his life.
So
I needed to know what he was doing during those 100 days.
Yo, so many people was like, they could have kept this episode.
Really?
Scandal.
Y'all didn't want to know what Fitz was doing.
See, the thing is that what I was telling Candace, I mean, I understood what she was saying, but also at the same time, I really want to say that Olitas are really spoiled. Like, if no Olis is in the episode, y'all hate the whole damn episode. But what Candace was saying, she was just like, she feel like Scandal doesn't make sense at all anymore. Like, because when Olits wasn't in it, then OPA picked up the slack, but she was like, it's no OPA, and it was a lot that she said.
I mean, well, it definitely has changed from what it used to be, but I've been saying that since season 4.
Well, this is what I told her. I said the thing about it is that I feel like it's easier for me because I've accepted that Scandal isn't the same anymore.
Right.
And it's never going to be, especially with this being the last season. Yeah. Like, but I told y'all when we started the reviews for this season that I'm not even going to go off about anything. I mean, I really haven't had a reason to. But I'm just going to accept it for what it is. The only reason I would need to go off is if the last episode Fitz and Liv aren't together. That's when it's time to go off. But I just feel like I accepted a long time ago that this is never going to be the same. Like, nothing's the same. Like,
nothing was the same.
It just is what it is. But I definitely feel like the writers did a good job.
Yeah,
I thought this was a
really good episode.
I think the first 3 episodes have been pretty good. I feel like last week's episode was kind of slow, but everybody, like Tanae said, they're just putting things in order.
Yeah, like she's just laying down the foundation. Like, she has to lay down the foundation, but remember, this is the last season. She also has to, I guess, not, tie everything together. It can't be any loose ends. So it's just like, y'all just sit back and enjoy this long ass ride.
Yeah, I said other than like Candace and Shay, like, because I love them and we're going to be together forever on Twitter, I might have to mute like everybody else that I follow as far as Scandal, because while looking at my timeline yesterday, it was just like, well, why are y'all even watching
honestly and truly, I can tell y'all it was because it wasn't what y'all thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody hyped themselves up.
Because of how it ended, y'all really, really, really thought that it was about to be something else. But if y'all would have paid attention to the preview of last week when it went off, it literally said we are about to see what Fitzgerald Grant has been doing for the past 101 days. Like, I guess y'all thought that was only going to be like maybe the first 10 minutes. Y'all didn't know it was going to be a whole episode.
I will say when we got to the end, I did at least think we were going to, like, somehow get to this apartment part. But I wasn't mad. I was just like, damn, now we got to wait till next week. Yeah, I wasn't like, fuck you, Shonda.
I knew she was going to do that shit. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really, really good episode.
And I also understand people like Ashley Miller was saying, she was just like, I think she retweeted somebody. She was like, I'm really only watching because I've already invested 6 seasons into this, like, so I'm going to finish it off. I honestly don't feel like it was that bad, but let's get into it.
There has been worse episodes.
Season 4.
As a season.
I mean, they did have some good ones. Like Father Like Daughter is one of my favorite episodes out of the Scandal series. So I'm just saying. But don't let these notes scare you. I just wanted to have everything.
That's okay, because you know what I've come to the conclusion that I'll walk off.
You want to walk off the set?
Yes.
The name of this episode was Day 101, episode 3, and this whole episode was about Fitz and us finding out what the fuck he's been up to literally since he got off of that helicopter.
Right.
And it actually shows the same day. He's in the car, he's in Vermont at this point, and it's just like people on the streets of Vermont screaming and yelling because they know he's in the limousine, and there's people out there with like signs like President Fitzgerald Grant.
Olit.
It's Olit signs. Now, I will say this. Shonda, writers, you guys, you didn't prepare me for this. I like
how they finally acknowledged you guys.
I didn't know we were bringing
no
Olits into the show. I mean, it's weird for me.
I think it's cute.
It's a little weird for me, but hey, I mean, we've entered the show.
I mean, because if you think about it, if this was real life, that would be their name. Because we are, right now, that's the trendy thing to put, you know, a couple's names together. Yeah. So, I like it. I thought it was cute. Like, y'all got acknowledgement.
But also, the big news that night that's on every station is Olivia and Fitz kiss that they had on the lawn, which I'm glad that they acknowledged, because it's just like, if Bill, which I'm on some Marcus shit, I will never compare Olivia Pope and Monica Lewinsky, but if Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton kissed the day that he was leaving office, like, that would be the news for fucking months.
Well,
like,
it would be bad news because he was still married.
Y'all get what I'm saying.
I'm
just saying it was a big deal. So it was on all the news stations. It was so crazy because Ashley tweeted like, I know Tiffany is going crazy right now. I was like, damn, did you hear me? Because you remember I did like a loud screech like, I was so excited. Because y'all know I only watched that kiss twice. I cannot watch that kiss. It is so emotional for me. Like, I really. But anyway, so Fitz is home. That's when he's watching the news and he's in his bed and he's just all alone in the house, and he goes to sleep, and we wake up to day 1. He wakes up, he goes downstairs, bam!
House full of people.
House full of fucking people. He like,
never met. How the fuck y'all getting my shit?
The fuck is this shit? Cause see, I already knew. I didn't even need to see all of this. Like, I knew that Fitz was gonna want to be normal because he wanted to be normal when he was in the White House. And then if you listen to the things that Michelle and Barack have said, like, Michelle wants to do the simple things like have her car windows rolled down or open a window in her house. Like, she hasn't been able to do that in 8 years. She talked about it. So I pretty much knew. I mean, plus the way Michelle was dressing on these vacations.
Yeah, we knew.
She couldn't wait.
She wanted them legs out.
Okay.
Booty shorts on fleek. Okay.
But anyway, so Ted, who is, I guess, who was he then? I forgot who Ted was.
Ted was like, I guess his assistant, like his person.
Yeah, maybe it was, I don't fucking know. But Ted was in control of everybody else. There was a chef, there was a groundskeeper, there was a housekeeper, and it was like his assistant there also. So, you know, he's just explaining who they are. Of course, Fitz is messing up his name because, you know, Fitz don't give a fuck about saying nobody's name right.
He said Gabby for a year.
Yeah, like a whole season. But, you know, he's just letting them know, you know, we got your back. Here's some boxes that Mr. Walker has sent from the storage for you to get started on. So he's just like, well, you know what, Ted? The first thing that I would like you to do is I would like you to fire all of these people, and then I'm going to fire your ass.
Yo, I wouldn't mind getting fired with a year's worth of pay.
Like he said, he was going to fire them for a year's worth of pay.
Can you fire me next year?
And he was going to get Ted his old job back. Like, I mean, if this is what you want to do, cool with me. But Ted is just like confused, and he's just like, no, like, fuck that. I don't want no fucking help. Like, I don't need no help.
Right.
I want to make a fucking turkey sandwich. I like turkey sandwiches. I want to go to the fucking market. I want to carry my own fucking pen. I want to drive a fucking car. Like, he was really just going to fuck off. So, he gets to, so he's telling the driver or the security guard, I think the Secret Service does drive for him. So he's telling the Secret Service, like, you know, I want to drive. And he was like, sir, no presidents ever. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm making history.
I'm driving. I'm making history. So he drives himself to the fucking market, put the Secret Service in the back seat. You know, he still got to have the Secret Service because that's, like, illegal not to have.
Right.
I mean, we don't want to be too stupid.
I mean, it's just what you take on as being the president.
Right. So he gets to the market, he goes to pay, he doesn't, I mean, first the lady asks him, do he have a saver card? Now, you know, whenever me and Tanea go anywhere, thanks to Tanea, we always got some type of PIN code or damn card for a saver.
Shit. I need all the coupons.
What was you about to say?
Where's Teddy?
Teddy and, what's the daughter name?
I don't know her name.
Oh my God.
Oh.
No, what's her name today? It's on my tongue.
Karen.
Teddy and Karen go between them two, so it was
probably be home later.
It was probably Mellie's turn.
I guess whatever.
But I think they go to school in DC. So
again, whatever.
But he doesn't have a savings card, so I think they gave him an application. Yeah, she gave him an application. Was like, next time you come, fill this out and you'll have your own. So he goes to pay for it and he hands it to her and she's just like, you swiped it. And I was just like, damn, like I wonder if before he went in, like cards weren't that big.
Yeah, like
because at first when you first started using cards, the cashier would take your card and do it like on a register. Yeah. So it was kind of like,
he's been president for 8 years, but think about before the 8 years. He probably still didn't go to the grocery store because he had a wife.
Right.
Like,
and he was governor.
Right. So it was just like he was still like, it's been a long time.
So as soon as I saw his fucking card and I saw the paper on it, I said, like, this shit ain't fucking activated. This shit is not activated. Even though I'm the dummy that will activate it and leave the sticker on there for a couple of weeks. I don't know why I do it. I just do. But, yeah, so he had to call and activate his fucking card. Like, first of all, Fitz, I want to know, what did you get for $355 fucking dollars?
Not no damn turkey.
Just for your goddamn self?
I guess he filled up the house.
It's
maybe they sell beer there.
But anyway, he goes home and he's cooking dinner. He's making a chicken. He made that known on Twitter because so many people were adding him like, your turkey looked good. And he was like, that was a chicken, y'all. Like, what are you talking about? So he makes the chicken and he burns it.
Thanks.
He goes to bed.
You should have called me.
He goes, and since he burned the chicken, he eats Getty's burger, watch the news, drink a beer, go to bed.
Getty's burger in Vermont? Because I thought it was only in DC.
I don't. You see, some things you can't look too deep into.
I'm just saying.
You know you can't.
I'm just saying.
He makes the chicken the next day. He undercooks the chicken.
Yeah, that shit was white.
Then the next day, he makes the chicken the correct way.
Maybe he bought a couple of chickens. That's why I came up with $300.
Tanea, we buy 3 chickens sometimes.
But see, at these real expensive stores like Whole Foods and shit, and these organic shit, when you get organic meat, chickens could be like, I'm guessing $20.
Things in Vermont could be higher too.
Yeah, so you just never know.
But they're also showing him doing his everyday activities. He's running, watching the news, drinking beer, reading his newspaper. Like it's a pretty boring life. Like he's literally just by himself with the Secret Service. And he probably keep the Secret Service the fuck outside because he's crazy like that. But also while he's watching the news one day, he sees this man is trying to get a statue removed in Vermont, and the person that is the statue that represents this, what is this?
It's a statue of a
slave owner.
A slave owner. Like he was somebody who fought in the war, like one of the wars or whatever for us, but he also was a person who owned slaves. Right, so he also like raped women. I mean, most people who own slaves did.
Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, it's just a fact. So it was just like, why do I have to look at this statue? Why should we have to praise something that would not have, if he was still alive, fought against me even being free?
See, now, I was like, when the fuck did Shonda write this episode? Because this is episode 3. Shonda starts writing way before it airs. So I'm just like, because it's just crazy that right now, I don't know if it's not just happening in Maryland, is it? What? That people are getting statues taken down?
It's happening everywhere, but it just started happening maybe a couple of months ago.
Yeah, but it's just crazy that, I mean, I can see if she got it in like episode 7. It's episode 3, like she been wrote this shit, but she could have made some changes. But it's just crazy that the things we're going through right now.
That's why we have a writing team.
So then we see him going through the stuff that Marcus sent him. He sees this fucking gun. He looks at it. He keeps it moving. I already knew what the fucking gun was. As soon as I saw it, I said, I bet you that shit is from Big Jerry. He calls Marcus. Marcus don't pick up. He's just like, hey, Marcus, I forgot what day you said you were coming. You right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I forgot what day you said you were coming back in town. Just calling to check on you. And we see that Marcus is in Cuba.
Having him a good old Cuban time, okay?
Marcus is in Cuba, and we immediately see him bringing some girl home.
She's very beautiful.
Getting it on. I said, oh, okay, well, I guess Mellie and Marcus are a thing of the past, or, you know.
She is the first lady.
Who the first lady?
I mean, she is the president, sorry.
What that mean?
She can't have a boyfriend.
They don't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or they can be on the low, just like Fitz and Marcus.
So what is he not supposed to have sex with anybody else?
Yo, I'm just saying, I thought they were in love, bitch.
I'm in love with Drake, but
anyway, they had their little night because it immediately goes to the morning, and you know Marcus is laying in the bed in all his glory. The girl is up getting ready for work, and he's just like, "What are you doing today?" And she's like, "I have to work," and he's like, "Won't you stay with me, chill? You can show me around Cuba, and we can come back to my hotel and chill by the pool." So she's like, "Well, you know, people won't really be happy to see me around here, and
they'll think I'm a toot.
They'll think I'm a prostitute." And he was just like, "What?" And he was like, she was like, "Yeah, basically women of my color," which I was kind of confused because, see, I don't want to say the wrong thing.
What?
Who lives in Cuba? Cubans. And aren't Cubans like pretty tan? Cause she just seemed like she was tan to me.
They differentiate in color. It's some really, really, really dark Cubans.
Oh, okay.
And then it's also some light Cubans, kind of like me and you. So basically, what she was saying is because of the type of hotel this is, it's a hotel for rich white people or rich Americans. And if they see me with you, because I don't frequent this area, because this is not my shit, they want to think I'm some type of fucking prostitute. I really don't want to deal with that shit, so I'm going to take my black ass to where, you know, me and my people really be.
Right, and he was like, "Well, I'm black too," and she was just like,
"No, nigga, you're a gringo."
You're a gringo. I had to look up gringo. I still was kind of confused.
And so she called his ass a nigga. I mean, a white nigga. Basically, like you're American, but you're white.
It was crazy because as he was laying by the pool, he was looking around.
He is a fucking gringo.
It wasn't no black people. It wasn't nobody with no type of tan or shade on them. Like everybody was white and pale as shit. I was like,
because he was in a tourist spot. Like
he got the fuck out of there.
Hell yeah.
Because the very next scene, he was pulling up back to the crib up in Vermont. And he gets to Vermont, and they basically, you know, just get into the swing of things. The first thing they do is go for a run, and while they're on the run, he shows Fitz exactly where the library / Fitzgerald Museum is going to be. And Fitz is just telling him, you know, like, I don't want this to just be that. Like, I want to have a wing dedicated to Brandon Walker, which was from, you know, the Clarence Walker and all of them, the black guy that he's really invested into. And he's just like, you know, the Brandonville. And he's just like, yeah, so they show that, and then he goes back home, and they're watching the news, and we see that Mellie, this is around the time where she's about to try to push that Frankie Vargas bill where all students go to college for free. And he's just like, you know, I should help. Like, you know, I should make a statement or something because this is going to be, you know, like a big uproar for her. And Marcus was like, you can't.
You need to mind
your business because this is the first 100 days, and she needs to get out. She's trying to get out of the shadow of the president before her. Not only that, you're her ex-husband, so you're always going to be brought up, or she's going to be compared to you. She doesn't need that shit right now. And he's just like, okay, whenever. You know, Fitz was really a fucking bitch this episode. But anyway, so he brings up, you know, Liv, and he's just like, you know, I'm just wondering, where do you want to put, where does she fit in the museum? And he's just like, because Bill really didn't include a lot of Monica Lewinsky, and he got a lot of flack for it. So Fitz is just like, well, are you comparing Liv to Monica Lewinsky? He's like, no, I'm doing the exact opposite. Like, Olivia Pope is Beyonce, Oprah, Sister fucking Soldier, bitch. Like, she's nothing like Monica Lewinsky. She's like
the shit,
like the greatest person ever.
And she helped shape your fucking career, bitch, for 8 years.
Wait a minute.
She's the reason why you are the motherfucking.
Oh, and Hillary. He also said Hillary, but he was just like, she's done a lot for you, like, so I'm just wondering what you want to do. And I think he kind of just brushes it off at this point. He was just like, oh yeah, he did. That's when he said something about going to the bar. Yeah. Because also, Marcus was like, y'all are like a big deal. Like, she was the first girlfriend. Like, there's never been a first girlfriend. Like, she lived with you. Like, in the White House. And he was like, Olitz is a big thing. He was like, on my way here, I saw Olitz and Christmas lighting. A lot of people messaged me and said that was probably Tiffany's house. And let me tell you, if I could somehow get that, I would. I would put it on my fucking roof. Trust me.
I'm not allowing it here.
But, you know, Fitz is just kind of like brushing it off. And I could just see he about to be a bitch boy or whatever. Right. But he's just like, you know, when we go to the bar, and you can see it in Marcus' eyes. Like, Marcus was kind of irritated.
Like, you about to be a bitch.
Like, okay. And, yeah. So they go to the bar, and they're talking, and... First of all, Marcus said something about counting black people. I can't remember what the fuck he said.
He was like, I've only seen like something like 4 black people since.
Oh yeah, and he was like, you've been counting. He was like, we all count.
Yo, and the thing about it is, we do it. The other day I was in a meeting. Not only did I count all the black people, I counted the black women. Like,
no, but where the fuck was we recently at? And we was like, it's no black people here. And then we saw somebody.
Like, one.
Oh, okay, it's one. And then we was like, oh, there go another one. But he was like, real shit, like, just in case some shit pop off.
Where were we?
I can't remember where we was at.
Well, everywhere we was at, we was really definitely counting the black people.
I don't know where we was at recently, but I know that he was like, yeah, we be counting just in case some shit pop off. We need to know.
Yeah, he was like, niggas come. He didn't say niggas, but he was like, you know, just in case people come up with fucking hoods and tiki torches, we need to know. I was like, damn, Virginia.
Yo, that's like, real shit. That's real shit. But they were just sitting and talking, and they talked a little bit about
that shit is funny.
They talked a little bit about the guy that's, you know, starting to protest and then sleeping outside the statue to try to get it removed. And Marcus was just saying, you know, how he kind of misses that old job that he used to do. Like, he misses being a activist, basically. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, he was like, it's not always a good day, and sometimes you're freezing cold, but at the end of the day, you make a difference. And you could just tell that that Fitz was getting kind of uncomfortable / nervous, because Fitz knows that he needs Marcus, and he could just see it in Marcus's eyes, like, don't leave me. Yeah. Don't go back to the streets. But Fitz was just like, you know, promising him work, like, trust me, like, as soon as we get started, we're going to start working.
We're gonna change shit. We're a team. You know, if he got anything, it's the gift of fucking gab. Mm-hmm. He can spit that hot fire.
Then it was fucking uncomfortable because he's just like, so what's up with you and Mellie? He's like, wait,
we're not about to talk about this shit. See, that's how you know how over Mellie he is. Like, he don't give a fuck.
He's just like, this isn't what people talk about in bars. And he was like, no. And then the bartender was like, no. And the Secret Service was like,
not sure. Now, if she wasn't your ex, maybe, but like, it's your ex.
But Marcus was basically like, you know, Mellie's a really good girl. And he was like, she's doing really good. And she just basically doesn't need distractions right now. Like, she's FLOTUS. No, she's not even FLOTUS.
Madam President.
I mean, she's POTUS. POTUS? I mean, I guess she's POTUS. It's just weird saying it for her.
She is POTUS.
And she is POTUS, but it's just...
President of the United States of America. Yeah, she's POTUS.
It's just weird.
But she's Madam President.
Yeah, but she's just basically like, he doesn't need any distractions. And they start talking about Liv, and he's like, he let Liv go. At some point, you gotta let him go. And I'm like...
Nigga, you ain't let...
So Marcus is like, you let go, and he like, you don't see her, do you? Nigga.
That's the she ain't here. If she was here... If she was at your door, she would be in there.
Nigga. But, they start talking about Liv a little bit more, and he's just like, you know, I've decided that, you know, Liv was nothing more than my campaign manager. You know, she was basically Cyrus. Like, I'm not giving Cyrus this big part in the museum, so I'm not giving her this big part because she was nothing more than... That, and he was like, Olivia Pope does not define my presidency.
And see, as soon as he said that shit, I said, see, there you go. You always got to be a white nigga.
Fitz.
Every time you get invited to the fucking cookout, you always got to act crazy, and I got to take your fucking invitation back.
Fitz.
Nigga.
Fitz.
Who the fuck were you calling in the middle of the night when you had questions about shit you should do?
Fitz.
Who was advising you on what to say in meetings to get the fucking Brandon bill going? Nigga, is you crazy? Fitz. Who is the reason why there is a Brandon bill?
Who is the reason that there's a President Fitzgerald?
Not once, but twice. She helped you be the president twice, nigga.
Fitz, I would slap the shit. Like, I really had to get myself.
Honestly, you owe her your life.
She was the fucking president. She carried you on her fucking back. Are you fucking crazy?
Know what? Speaking of it, Olivia Pope has had the longest term as president, honestly. She's going on to like, what, 9 years?
Yeah.
At this point.
So then we get to this donor dinner that Marcus has set up. And this donor dinner is basically to get people to donate towards the museum/library, because people want to be a part of that, because you get like a brick with your name on it or whatever. So they will pay just to come to the dinner, and then they'll also give you a check.
That's rich people leave. Shit. Rich people shit. $250,000 for a plate, bitch. Everything I ate better have gold trimmings. I better have gold infused fried chicken, gold infused ribs. I don't give me some fucking edibles too. Like $250,000. Shit.
So it was a part. I don't know. I have this on here, but I don't feel like this was in this moment. But I do know that Marcus said something about him. Both of them doing something, like somehow doing something as far as the protest.
Right before the dinner.
Yeah, the protest, and he was just like, I don't think that we should be getting involved with local politics when we just got here. And Marcus, like, that was like strike one for Marcus. Like,
no, that was strike two. Yeah. That fucking Olivia comment was strike one.
So Marcus was kind of Marcus kind of went into this dinner already pissed off, but you know, as they're in the dinner, you know, he's just getting more and more annoyed, because as they're getting ready, Fitz can't find his cufflinks. So he gets his cufflinks, but it was just kind of like Marcus looked annoyed, and the whole thing is, you said you didn't want any help. But it's like you can't do nothing for yourself.
Again, we can definitely get you a valet.
Right. And he's just like, I don't need help. What do I need help for? Then it was
help all your fucking life.
Right. So then as him and Fitz and one of the guys were talking after the dinner, they were like chilling out back smoking cigars, and he was just saying how it was such a good cigar, and Fitz was like, yeah, thanks to Marcus, you know, he just went to Cuba, and he was like, I think the man said something like
muchacho.
No, he said something like muchas gracias, chico, something like that. And Marcus was like,
that was strike 2.5. So 2 1/3.
Then he was about to leave, and Fitz was like, well, I can't let you leave without doing a check. And he was like, we're going to need more whiskey. So he going to tell Marcus, go get such and such and such bourbon and bring it out here.
See, that struck you the fuck out. I'm not no bitch, okay? I'm not no bartender. I'm not no motherfucking slave, so you forget.
So Marcus was like, you can go and get it yourself. You said you wanted to be independent. So he was just like, oh, like he tried to play it off like, oh yeah, you know, they said my cholesterol is high anyway, so it'll probably help me out if I go get it. He was embarrassed because Marcus was like, bitch, because the white man had already made him uncomfortable, because I don't know what happened right before the cigars, but I remember he was like, you shouldn't have let the help leave so early.
Huh? I will kill you, white sir.
Wait, is it 2017 in Scandal Land?
Yes, but the thing about it is, white people are racist, especially white people, like political white people, like higher up white people. Not all y'all, a lot, especially white fucking men. Yo, they are racist as fuck.
Yo, I literally said earlier, like, I can't stand old white men. Like, they
old white men are racist as shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
So when Fitz comes back in the house, Marcus is already packing his shit. And he's just like, you can't go nowhere before I find you. And he was like, I've been wanting to say this forever.
Bitch, you can't find me
because I quit. So they just start going back and forth, and he's just like, you know, I came to this cold town for you with your lonely fuckboy tendencies. Like, you really are a lonely ass fuckboy.
Right, bitch, you tried to say we was going to be a team, and then you fucked around on me and tried to make me seem like I'm the motherfucking help. Bitch, I'm not the motherfucking help.
That's not what the fuck I'm here for. So Fitz is like, oh God, here we go. Calm down. Like, what are you so upset for? You're always so angry.
See, because what he really wanted to call him in that moment was the angry black man.
He did.
And I was waiting for it to come out.
He basically So he gonna tell Marcus, you work for me at the end of the day, and you need to behave basically until we behind closed doors.
Okay, massa. Who the fuck behave in front? So in front of white people, you want me to act like a slave, but when we in your quarters, oh shit is good, sir. I will fucking kill you at this point. It's a no.
See, at the end of the day, Fitz always shows his true colors.
Entitled ass whiteness.
It's really
That's exactly what he is.
The big Jerry in him. Like, he was raised by a racist. So it's like
he tries to think that it's just in him. Like, it's embedded in him. The thing is, like, he has to work to not be a racist because he automatically is.
Exactly. So it was like Marcus just lost it at that point. He told him, he was like, you're entitled, and a black woman held you up. And Olivia Pope really was the president of this bitch, and she made you who you are. She was like, but he was like, and instead of her getting the props that she deserves to get, she's out here looking like a home wrecker, and you know, her reputation is destroyed, and you out here like, Olivia didn't do nothing for me. It's like the black woman held you down, and black women have been holding white men down for years,
bitch.
For fucking years. I mean, because if you look at these slavery movies, black women are always behind the fucking scenes. They in the kitchen, they in the office, they taking care of your fucking kids.
At one point you had us breastfeeding your fucking white ass kids. What the fuck do you mean?
Listen.
You were literally killing our sons while we had to go and fucking take care of your son and be the fucking doctor. I'm not.
So then Fitz comes back with, Marcus, you just like to hang on people with power because you want what I have. You want power. You went from Olivia, then you went to Mellie, and now me.
Olivia scoped his ass the fuck out. Mellie sniffed that dick out. Like, excuse me, sir.
And you asked me to be your
I didn't ask you to come here. I didn't ask you to come here.
So, basically, then he calls him a coward. And Marcus is just like, you know, if you gonna call me a coward, you gonna have to back that shit up. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just gonna call me no coward. I'm not no bitch. I'll punch you in your fucking face. And he like, you ain't gonna say that shit again or I'm gonna pop you.
Well, he had said it twice by then already.
So then, like,
he wasn't gonna say that shit no more.
Fitz like, alright, whatever, bitch. Coward. So Marcus turn around with me before he can do anything. Fitz bang his ass! Because first of all, Fitz a bitch.
No, let me tell you something. Fitz knew. See, from Marcus telling him, don't call me that shit no more. He knew, like, it went through his, like, it was quick, like lightning. Okay, if I don't call him a coward, then I'm a bitch. But if I call him a coward, I'm gonna have to be ready to fight. So fuck that. Let me plant my feet right quick. So as soon as I say coward, I can just turn around and be ready. That's exactly what happened.
So then they start fighting and tussling. Marcus get on top and start getting the best of
Whooping
Fitz,
that ass.
like fucking him up. Now I will say in this moment, I thanked God because the Secret Service could have came in, shot.
That's because Marcus wasn't the president no more.
True. Could have shot Marcus. I mean, he's still white though. Shot Marcus and then asked questions later. But he literally peeled Marcus off him because Marcus was whipping his ass.
Like white on rice.
Like Fitz couldn't even breathe. Pulled him up, was holding him, and Fitz was like, let him go, let him go.
Had to get his ass whooped.
But I like what Ashley said. Sometimes you gotta fight to get to the next level. Like, they needed to fight. Like, they needed this. Like, they both had shit to get off
all the time. I mean, not like that, but we fight all the time. Like, we go back and forth. We say what the fuck we gotta say, and then we move on, bitch. See, don't act like skin.
Bitch, don't fucking play with me.
No, don't fucking play with me.
But anyway, yeah, so I enjoyed the fight. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let him fight. Marcus got the fuck out of there. And Fitz had, like Tanae was saying last night, he had a black eye. No, that bitch had a pink eye. That's what white bitch got.
That shit was funny as shit. But you know what I also told Tiffany? Another reason why the Secret Service ain't shoot Marcus's ass because Fitz is probably getting on his nerves. Fitz is probably getting on his nerves too, and at one point he wanted to punch his ass too. So because you notice he took his time getting in there. He ain't really run. So
I really enjoyed this part. In this part, Marcus is gone. He's somewhere pulled off to the side. He just had to get the fuck out of there. And he calls Mellie. Mellie's like, you know, in shock, like, oh my God, it's Marcus. Put him through. But before she get on the phone, she's like,
He can't see.
He can't see you, bitch. But it was so funny because I saw so many different girls that say like, I be doing it all the time. See, I don't have no man, and I don't really have no niggas, so I really don't know. But,
I don't have no niggas either.
But I don't do that. But anyway, he's just telling like, I'm about to quit. Like, I'm done with this shit. He's like, he has no respect and he's fucking lazy. And Mellie's basically like, oh shit.
You're in stage 2.
You're in stage 2. I should have taken you through the stages. And he's like, what? And he's like, you're in stage 2. So she's like, stage 1, he's basically like, you know, he sells you this dream.
He makes you fall in love with him.
He's charming. You fall in love with him. You just fall in love with Fitzgerald Grant because he's such a great man. He's so motivated. Then you get to stage 2, which me and Liv had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And she's just like, he's entitled, he's selfish, he's unmotivated, he's a fuckboy. And stage 2 was very long.
Yeah, and he was raised by a racist ass idiot.
So it's just in him, like, and stage 2 is long and it's hard. And
it comes out again. It don't stay away. It comes back.
She was like, but then there's stage 3 and it's when you just see, you know, I can't even explain it. It's just him. Like, you've never seen anything like it. Like, he's literally a golden ticket. Like, he is a way to get... That's Olivia Pope's whole thing. Because, see, Olivia Pope always wanted to run the world. She was running the world through Fitz.
Because she can't do it. She's right. You need Fitz as the face.
Right.
For the shit that you want to do.
Exactly.
So...
Because...
Yes.
Your phone. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna come and get it. You can put it down, okay? Okay. Thank you. Because she doesn't want to charge it.
But the thing is that, like Cyrus used to say, like, he's the real deal. Like, he's pure. He doesn't really, you know how people have like a bad background and shit. Like, Fitz is really the real fucking deal. Like, he's squeaky clean and he can deliver very
and the
well.
Shit that's not squeaky clean, he didn't do.
Right. And
somebody else did that shit.
You know how most presidents be all fugly and shit. I mean, not our president Barack Obama, but you know, compared to the rest of them, Fitz is a really handsome guy.
They need to bring back the Superman curl for the last season. Like,
but you know, she was just like, he's rare. And then they went into this heavy breathing, which I saw a lot of Olitz's very upset, and they were just like, no, this is only an Olitz moment. And I will say, no, because now, if anything, I feel y'all in that, because after I watched it the second time, I was like, what the fuck? Bitch, y'all is not Olitz having these heavy breathing moments where y'all don't say nothing and then she... Because see, the thing about that is, Liv and Fitz hang the fuck up. Like, after they breathe, click. Like, Liv don't even give you no warning. Click. Mellie was like, Marcus, and he was like, yeah.
That's why it's different.
Thank you for calling. He was just like, you're welcome, Madam President.
Because they're more polite, also.
Can I also tell you something else? Marcus is no longer the press secretary. It's time.
Please put the mustache.
Listen,
give his ass a fucking goatee. Give him some facial hair.
It ain't right. It ain't right. And I got more mustache in bed than him. I feel some type of way.
Yeah.
It's no fuck. And he in the cold. It's no reason
some facial
that
hair.
he shouldn't have no facial hair at this moment. But anyway, so Fitz. Now we get back to Fitz, and Fitz is walking around, you know, with his fucked up ass eye. He come to his bedroom. Bam! Papa motherfucking Pope. What the fuck is...
How'd you get in here, nigga?
See, I told y'all last season that we really didn't need Papa Pope this season, but I guess since it's the last one, y'all wanted to bring him in it. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I love Papa Pope, but we really don't need him this season. I'm just saying. But anyway, he see him, he got his little revolver. Fitz like, I'm not doing shit till you give me the gun. He like, nigga, please, if I wanted to kill you, you would have been dead seconds ago. Then he was like, if I wanted to kill another president. I was like, damn, you killed the president. And Tanea was like, bitch, Frankie. And I was like, oh, shit. He did kill Frankie. But anyway, he closed the door. He shut the blinds, and then he talks to him, and he's like, he starts going crazy, like, have you heard anything, you know, in any of your furniture or your lights, or are you hearing any sentences that you can't explain? And is any extra help in this bitch? No, because don't get me wrong, because as soon as I saw Papa Pope, I said, because see, last night, I didn't even notice that he was like tearing up.
It was an act.
I see it now, bitch. You know I don't trust his ass.
He's the greatest fucking actor.
Yo, he hates Fitz. He would never go to Fitz for help. He don't give a fucking...
You think if B613 was anybody else, he would give a fuck if Fitz was bugged? He don't give a fuck about Fitz being bugged.
You've been through this before.
Aren't you tired of being bamboozled by this old black man?
So, you know, he tells her, he spills the beans. You know, Olivia Pope is running B613 now. She took that shit right from under your nose, bitch. And he's just like, that's not true. And he was like, and if it is true, Olivia's probably doing a good job. And he's like, you're not understanding. Like, this isn't just any fucking command. Like, not only is she command, she has more power than I did because she's in the Oval. She has the fucking Oval Office. So she's running the world and the dark world. Like, you don't understand. And he was like, I know this because she's me, but she's not even herself anymore. Like, she's gone into the darkness. And he's just like,
I think she's gone that far into the darkness.
She hasn't. That's why I know this is all a fucking plan.
Same dark.
This is all a fucking plan. And he's just like, I need your help. I need you because you have to go back to DC. And I'm just like, Fitz, please think right now. This man has played you so many times. But also, he also tells her that what really got him was when he told Fitz that she killed Luna Vargas the night of the inauguration. Like, Fitz's eyes got kind of big, like, damn, well, maybe she is.
We had to do that
fucking
shit.
Dripping.
But no, we had to because Luna.
But Fitz don't know that.
Right, I'm just saying.
You know, he's a bitch. But
he's not
I'm telling y'all, he is a bitch.
He's not always a bitch.
He's not always a bitch, but this whole episode, he was a bitch.
Right.
But I don't trust Papa Pope. I know that he's up to something, so y'all just keep your eyes peeled. Then he gets back. Marcus comes back. Fitz is out back with his fucking gun. And I was laughing so hard on this part because Fitz is just like,
it's not funny.
Fitz is just like, you know, Cyrus told me a while ago. Long story short, that eventually he was going to use the revolver that his father gave him and kill himself when he has no more attention and he's lonely after his presidency. Y'all, I'm going to find that episode and I'm going to put which episode it is in the comments so y'all can go watch it. I remember it. That shit was so funny. It was in season 1 and I think it was around the time when he got the Amanda Tanner tape. And he felt like his presidency was about to be over and Fitz really wasn't acting like it was a big deal.
Yes. All right, come on. No, it's not. Open it. Pull it.
Okay, well, go sit down and I'm coming, okay? Let me hurry this up. But anyway, so I remember when Fitz told him this shit, and it's crazy because Fitz was sitting out back, lonely as shit with a black eye, about to blow his fucking brains out. I'm going to find that episode for y'all. But anyway, so they basically apologize to each other, and they just, you know, say that they need to work on getting to know each other. And, you know, it was just shit that they had to get off their chest. They just had to do what they had to do. And then he asked him, you know, like, is Olivia Pope everybody's world or is she just mine?
Now she your world.
Now you want to say she your fucking world, nigga.
Now she your world, nigga.
Yeah, okay. Then he lets him know, you know, after my 100 days, I'm going to have to go back to DC. And Marcus is like, can you tell me why? And he's like, you really don't want to know. And why do I have meaningful? I don't know why I have that word. Oh, he told Marcus that he wanted to do something meaningful before he left. Which is when day 101 comes, literally.
I said, this nigga literally waited 24 hours.
101.
The very next day. Not 105.
101.
113. 101.
So we see Steve. At this point, all of the protesters that were with him and staying the night with him have gone. It's just him by himself. He's cold. He's dirty. He's still at the statue. Fitz and Marcus roll up with all the Secret Service. And he's just like, you know, what are you doing here? And he's like, you know, I just want to let you know to keep doing what you're doing. And he's like, you might want to get these cameras off me because I was actually about to leave because I'm cold. Nobody cares anymore. And he's like, no, that's just the thing. You can't quit. You can't give up. And then he gives him a hug.
And like really warms his.
And he gives him some gloves. Now my mother was just in the car fussing about the gloves.
I'm pretty sure he got a bag.
See,
that they just didn't show.
My mother was like, gloves? What about a fucking blanket, bitch?
I was like, no, I just knew that he gave him a bag with a heating blanket in it.
I didn't see it.
No, they just didn't show us.
Nah, I didn't see it.
Shut up. They didn't show it to us. He bought him a sandwich too. He bought him a lot of things.
Coffee too?
All that.
So, you know, he basically encourages him, gives him a hug, and it really, you know, it uplifts him just in that moment because it's the former president. And then before he leaves, he's like, oh, you know, can we get a selfie? So he get this selfie.
In the bathroom.
I don't know. Because you know what? If you know why the party had picked up at first, because Kendrick Lamar and him had posted a picture together and it went viral. So then he posted this picture.
Kendrick Lamar retweeted it.
Yeah. So then him and Fitz take this picture and it goes viral and the statue ends up getting removed.
Yeah, because like a judge like allows him to come in and talk to him about it. Yeah. They finally talk and they turn.
I don't remember all that.
Tear that shit down.
I don't remember the judge.
I'm just telling you, I know.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the statue ends up getting down and then Fitz gets back to Washington. We see him. He looks out the helicopter window. We see the monument. We see the White House. And he's just looking like,
that used to be my shit.
I'm back.
Nostalgia. Yo, I probably would cry.
Then he gets to Liv's apartment. We get to see it from his point of view. He goes and knocks on the door. That's the first place he comes to when he gets to DC is Liv's house. And then we see Liv come through the elevator with homeboy. And he turns around. He's just like, she's just like, he's just like, hi. So I thought it was a good episode. Like we really found out everything Fitz was doing, which I wanted to know. And I was trying to figure out how we were going to get him back to DC and how things were going to work out. So we see now.
I feel like I like it.
So next week is going to be some Mellie and Marcus. It's going to be some Liv and Fitz going back and forth. Y'all, I'm telling y'all now, don't get excited.
Oh no.
Don't let Shonda trick y'all.
No, this is going to be a fight.
Yeah, because everything, and that's something else I was telling them on Twitter. Everything's not going to happen this fast. Like we have to get to the happy ending if it's one.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get it this early. So I thought it was a really good episode. My love person of the night is Marcus, which y'all know I used to hate Marcus, but it's Marcus. My hate person is Fitz because he's a fuckboy. He was a fuckboy this episode. I saw Big Jerry.
I'm not having a hate person.
Fuck that. Well, who's your love person?
Nobody, because I can't say I love Marcus.
She loves Marcus too. But you guys make sure
forever.
Harrison's gone.
Shut the fuck up. Don't be disrespectful.
You guys make sure you comment. Let me know how you felt about this video. If this is your first time watching, make sure you subscribe. We will be here every Friday night with an all new scandal review. For the people who have been watching, make sure you share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother, your cousin, your sister, your brother. Tell somebody about the show, and we'll be back next week with an all new scandal review.
And if you didn't know, now you know. There's no show like the show where we now do scandal reviews on Fridays. So that means that you'll get them on Saturday. Peace out.
No, they get them on Friday.
Or you get them on Friday. It don't matter.